Friends, we are flooded with a lot of inquisitiveness, and lot many OGNs are calling and asking us what are our opinions and how this
could unfold.
Yes.
In fact, a lot of there is a bit of panic. Today morning I got a call from a cousin of mine who said that he went to the bank to draw money and the ATMs have no cash left anymore. And people are taking out groceries and hoarding it.
Panic
mode. They've gone into the panic mode. So we thought that we will also be discussing about the escalation that happened yesterday, last night, over the last 2 days. Things are hotting up between India and Pakistan.
So, there is a lot of rumors in the air also. When you keep listening to all the channels, they say 2-3 aircraft shot down this side. You will find mostly, a lot of
fear mongering and panic. In fact, that is how the panic is getting created by all these, jingoistic comments by the channels. They are shouting on top of their voices, "Ye gir gaya, wo ud gaya." So, usi wajah se there is a bit of a chaos.
Last 2 days, you remember, there was a huge WhatsApp gossip coming that tens and thousands of Fauji in the Pakistan army resigned, as if it's like a civil job. You resign karke ja sakta hai.
Actually.
So, it's not possible.
So, but something which is credible is how we've been able to block all their projectiles. Anything that came from the air has been stopped, and thankfully there has been not a single casualty, which is hats off to the defense forces, and the air defense has been so good actually. Amazing it has been.
I am an AD gunner, so I take right now I feel so proud that I am an AD gunner.
No doubt.
And I am also I've been an alumni of a air defense missile regiment.
Yeah.
So they are doing great job.
And Air Force, of course.
And an integrated air defense with Army, Navy, Air Force. All of them are involved in this.
Absolutely.
You're doing great job. Now your portion will come as the next stage.
Yeah, I know.
Ahmed.
Absolutely. So, but now I hope that things don't escalate beyond a limit, because it is not in the interest of either of these two countries. I mean, Pakistan as it is almost a bankrupt state, and India too. Of course, there is a global meltdown economically, and no one can afford a war. And I don't think so it can resolve any issues. But then, of course, India had to give a reply to such a barbaric act which was done by the Pakistani army.
Definitely, so because we made it a very we made it very clear to the world over that we have not hit any civil targets and even military targets. We only hit the terror centers.
Yeah.
In spite of that, they immediately made a escalation. Probably, I feel that they have hit the military targets. And all the airfields have been attempted.
I know. In fact, last night there were close to 50 drone attacks, a swarm of drones which entered the Indian airspace, and the air defense has done a phenomenal job. In fact, this acquisition of S-400 Triumph has been a real game changer.
Sudarshan Chakra
has been a real game changer. In fact, some of the students may like to know about the capabilities of this weapon system. So this is a surface-to-air missile air defense system, which was procured from Russia. In 2018, the deal was done for 35,000 crore rupees. So it is a deal where 5 squadrons worth of S-400 are supposed to be procured, out of which 3 are already with us and 3 squadrons are with us. So the organization per se is that each squadron has 2 batteries, and each battery has 6 launchers. So besides the launchers, they also have the command and control setup.
Of course.
And they have radars for tracking as well as radars for engaging.
They got fire control radars. They surveillance radars and fire control radars. And they have integrated missiles for every range.
From 40 to 400.
40 to 400.
Amazing.
So even if the enemy target or the enemy aircrafts are coming closer and closer, same weapon system is used
able to
multifarious targeting positions.
And also look at the number of targets it can engage. It can For surveillance, it can track about 160 targets. You can
Wonderful.
and engage simultaneously around 72 targets.
The only concern is it is such a costly equipment system,
I know.
and the missiles are so expensive.
True.
You start using it for all these Chinese-made drones. Which
Seriously,
Pakistan is
it's
sending.
so expensive.
It could turn into something like saturating our air defense assets.
No doubt.
So that's a little major, little concern, of course.
Yeah.
But what I personally feel that we did precision targeting,
Yeah.
and we could hit all these 9 targets,
Absolutely.
in POK and in Pakistan.
No doubt.
It's surprising that the air defense system could not do anything.
In fact, in Lahore, they've destroyed the air defense system
Yes.
of Pakistan.
Yes.
It's
So
phenomenal.
they neutralized it.
Neutralize it totally.
So this is a wonderful thing happened. We were discussing in the morning also about the HAROPS.
Yeah, the
You know?
missile system.
So this particular loitering munition,
Yeah.
which we acquired from Israel,
Yeah.
this is the first time it is being used.
It is being used,
I mean,
yes.
though in training it has
Yeah,
been there.
yeah.
So it has got a 200 kilometer, and even some candidates were asking me this
Yeah,
question
yeah.
for the benefit. Its range is around 200 kilometers.
Right.
And it is a combination of drone as well as missiles integrated together.
Right.
That is the
Yeah.
kind of technology used.
Yeah.
And the best part of this is it is loitering. So you see, it can go near the target,
And then engage.
loiter around,
Yeah.
and
Acquire a specific.
acquire the specific target, and through the camera eyes,
Yeah.
the pilot, which is remotely sitting somewhere,
Can
he can
pinpoint, engage the
pinpoint,
target.
and also he can assure that this is the correct target and the right time. Suppose, say there are civilian population there,
I know.
he may like
So
to.
they decide when to take it on.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then it can be hit, and the best part is it is an impact weapon.
Yeah.
That is why it is like a suicidal mission type. It is that's why it's called kamikaze
Yeah.
drones.
Yeah.
So somebody, suppose it is very close to the target, say the enemy has shot it.
Yeah.
Still it will blast.
Yeah.
Still it will
Because it is by
damage.
impact. Yeah.
Because it is impact bomb.
Yeah.
So that is where all these terrorist hideouts probably and the centers have been
Can be
destroyed.
taken out.
And why these were not detected by the air defense system? Because they are anti-radar, drones.
Capability, yeah.
So the material is made of anti-radiation,
cannot be picked up by
anti-radiation
the
material. So it cannot be picked up by
Easily picked
the radar. So it's got a very low flying,
Yeah.
capability also.
Yeah.
So it is a fantastic equipment, though we may be using it more also.
Yeah.
But tell me how you feel. Suppose it get escalated. What is the next?
Hope it doesn't. I mean, we
Hope it
have
doesn't.
other measures of applying pressure on Pakistan. For example, we can apply diplomatic pressures. Most of the world, including US and even Russia, we are procuring iglas from them. Amidst all
Rubio
this.
has been speaking.
Yeah.
Speaking, he has
So,
spoken
other
to
than one or two
President Munir
countries
also.
like maybe China and Iran and Turkey, by and large, most countries are supporting us, and therefore we can apply a lot of diplomatic pressure on them. In fact, Pakistan being almost economically, a bankrupt country, they are looking for a bailout. There is, in fact, today an IMF meet which is going on in Washington
Yes.
for the next installment of the bailout.
They are taken 24 times.
And India is supposed to be putting in a word about
Yes,
how
yes.
They are supporting
They should
terrorism.
not be given
So
this loan because they are using it
Yeah.
for terrorist purposes and for destruction.
so,
only.
so there's so much at stake for them. So
So
I think we can
stakes.
apply that pressure. Then water is the biggest weapon with us. Actually, we could, although we can't block complete water because it will take some time to create the infrastructure, the dams, etc. But then even if you squeeze in a little bit of water also, that has a great impact because 80% of their,
that is also a
dependent on-
major concern
Yeah.
because the dams which are already there, they are also vulnerable targets
Yeah, they are.
from the air. So
I know.
we have to have a very good
Secure
air defense
them.
system
Yeah,
to
yeah.
protect these dams because if the dams are destroyed,
True.
this the strength we have,
Yeah.
the force we are now having on the water,
I know.
the control we are having on the water, on the jugular vein,
Right.
that will be lost. So this is a very
Also-
important vulnerable target for
Yeah.
this particular, operation.
In fact, yesterday they've opened 3 gates of the Salal Dam because that is they can inundate certain areas where if the mechanized forces have to operate, it is on the Chenab. So it can inundate those areas where the movement of heavy vehicles will become a problem for them.
Yeah.
So we can use water as a
control them.
weapon.
We can flood the area also. We can stop
We
the
can
water
stop
also.
the water also. So it's a big weapon that they can use it against them.
reason for them not to escalate the
not
war.
to escalate. So
This could be one important thing.
yeah.
And Iran foreign minister is also speaking to us.
Also
They are
in their backyard they have Baluchistan, they have the
Balochistan, it is heard that they are also
Swat
now
Valley and all of that.
attacked a convoy
And
killed,
there was
almost,
a IED blast. They
IED
killed
blast,
about
yes.
12 to 14 officers
Yes.
and soldiers of theirs.
troops also.
So that area is completely unstable, and also
They've got a lot of things to worry about.
Yeah, not lot of things to worry about. So they can't afford to have escalation in this war. In fact, internally, yesterday, while the blackouts and all this was going on, the Tehreek-e-Insaf people were taking out a procession to get Imran Khan out of the jail.
Yes, that is another
So
major worry
there is
there.
so much of turmoil going on within the country that I don't think so they can afford to have an escalation. And honestly speaking, same for India. We've taken our revenge. We've shown huge amount of deterrence. We've struck so deep into their territory, more than 100 kilometers, Bahawalpur, into Punjab and into most of these areas where we struck them. So I don't think so. We have to convey a bigger message than then.
I also feel because we have called that bluff because they have been always threatening us that you people don't use it first time. Nuclear. We got the first option to.
So we've been pretty aggressive.
We called off that bluff.
So I think it is time now to kind of see how we we need not escalate it beyond a point.
Beyond a control, it should not spiral out of control.
Absolutely.
But then now King Salman and Prince Salman is also speaking. And Iran also, of course, they don't want escalation.
So
probably they have a say on them because they take you a lot of money.
Personally feel that it'll get.
But General Munir is a very religious and
I've also heard. It was in news. I know
person.
whether it is how much is true that he is being deposed. I mean, there is also.
I think.
Yeah, there is a bit of a.
That is maybe a rumor.
Perhaps, but then
on the chair.
Yeah, but then all
you
that
never
is
know.
going on.
You never know something will turn up and turn out to be there.
Yeah.
But I personally feel with all this triggered by him only, with ulterior motive that he may have to declare now martial law and take over the country. This could be one of the reasons.
I mean, he need not because it is already. I mean, it is only the army which is controlling it. It suits his purpose.
But Imran Khan is creating issues from the inside the jail only. No, because the whole people are,
a lot of
dissatisfied.
people are favoring
Public
him.
opinion is huge in favor of him.
No doubt.
So that is a disturbing factor for him to continue.
In fact, it is in the India's interest if he was installed as the
there is rumors that there is a lot of splinter groups inside the army only.
Who are
favoring him and they are not happy with the command.
Absolutely.
So let's hope
for the best. And the one point that I would like to bring out is that we should not do fear mongering and we should not.
Yes.
Especially the TV channels, etc. They should be a little more responsible in reporting and not to create panic amongst the population.
Yes. In fact, all our youngsters, they should not get too much worried seeing the channels because 50% of the channel is only TRP rating.
Absolutely.
They are doing it.
I know.
So, somebody was asking me today, what is this emblem? So, this is the air defense emblem, the missile in between, and the radar antennas on the sides, and the radiation. So, this is my unit cap.
All then, great going and
wonderful.
Best of luck to you all.
Hope for the best.
Let's hope for the best.
And if some escalation happens, we will again come back and talk to them.
Yeah.
Right?
All the best.
All the best.
Take care and be safe.
Take care and be safe.